Last year we had 2 seniors that played a good bit. So the main need was to replace those guys. We had that was mainly our front court with Danny and Anthony. So with this class right here, we feel like we addressed a lot of those needs. Primarily with freshmen. In our freshman class right now, we've got Ashanti Day, who is about a 6'6" power forward that he can play multiple positions. He plays the 3 and the 4. Can shoot it from 3. Can also go inside and post. Big, strong kid. Really will have a chance to have an immediate impact, which I think is rare for freshmen, particularly in our conference. But he's going to help a lot. You can think of him as kind of filling a lot of the need that Danny left. And then Felipe Roca is a 6'8", kind of a 4-man, good shooter. He's different than what we've had in the past because he is more of a perimeter-oriented big, but another freshman who will have a chance to come in and play right away. Those guys started for us last year. Roy was our starting point guard as a freshman. Did a remarkable job, as young as he was. He's a guy that we hope builds on a good freshman year. Corian is one of 3 juniors on our team. Corian, Pedro, and Paul. All those guys are experienced, but Corian certainly he had games where he was the best player on the floor for us last year. We'll be asking a lot of him. I think Pedro's had a great offseason. Really worked hard. Haven't had probably anybody on our team that worked harder than he did in the offseason. I expect big things from him. And then with Paul as a junior, he's a guy that he's battled injuries for the last 2 years and missed a lot of last season with some different issues. And so we're hoping that this will be a breakthrough year for him where he's finally healthy, finally got it all together, and he'll have a chance to step out there and show us what he can do. Well, hopefully numbers is going to help a lot of that. Last year, most of the conference season we were playing with 7 scholarship players. We were asking a lot of a walk-on to play minutes for us last year. We had Freddie that was hurt a good bit. We had some other reserve guards that were hurt, and that put Pedro at 6'1", maybe was our starting 3-man for a good part of last year. He was playing out of position. We had no depth at any of those positions. Those guys were talented, but that's where you notice over a 40-minute period you run out of gas, whether it's fouls or injuries or things like that. And we're much deeper this year. With the addition of those guys, when you've got Miguel Martinez, who was redshirted with us last year, he was able for practice but wasn't playing. The fact that he's back with us, another freshman in the mix who will have a chance to help us immediately, that gives us greater numbers moving forward. It's going to be really good. Again, I don't know that there's anybody that you can look at and say, well, they're going to be down or they lost a ton. Huntsville lost primarily one guy who was a great player, but they've got a lot of guys coming back. They're going to be. I would expect them to be probably picked first in the league again. Christian Brothers has got just about everybody coming back next year from last year, and North Alabama has got just about everybody coming back. Those were 3 NCAA tournament teams. In a year that we were shorthanded, we beat 2 of those 3, and really want to build upon that. because we did experience success, particularly late in the year, and hopefully that's something we can build upon and improve upon in this year.